Okay. So, a very good afternoon, everyone. I, Deepika Bhatia, Program Coordinator, welcome you all on behalf of Anon Global Foundation for the final presentation session of internship program offered by Anon. I'm sure all the interns must have had their best of efforts in these 15 days training and has an extraordinary experience while working on their topics. I would like to welcome our jury members, Ms. Namita Sharma. Dr. Namita is a dynamic administrator and a head of school with over 24 years of teaching and 14 years of administrative experience in senior secondary schools of high repute of New Delhi and Haryana. She has been one of CBSE Inspection Committee members for record of affiliation and performed the responsibility as Center Superintendent. Second, we have with us is Ms. Rashima Vadvarma. She has been teaching international curriculum since 2005. She has worked in prominent schools such as Sri Ram College, Pathways, etc. Currently, she is serving as Principal Secondary at Prometheus School in Noida. I truly thank my both jury members for their valuable time. Now moving on. As we are aware that our team members was divided among various groups and has been allocated different topics. So today, we have team pressurizing agents who will be sharing their views on the topic handling peer pressure. The team is mentored by Elena Arya. We have the following interns with us: Arman Sood from Delhi, Khwahish Bari from Rajasthan, Thirusha TK from Delhi, Dia Sher from Haryana, and Manasvi Verma from Delhi. Now, I request team to please come forward and kindly start the presentation.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. We are the pressurizing agents, and we would like to thank Anand Global Foundation and YWCF India for giving us this wonderful opportunity. We are stoked to be here. The topic that has been allotted to us is called handling peer pressure. Quite ironic, isn't it? The pressurizing agents talking about how to handle peer pressure. Well, we like to believe that irony is just honesty with the volume cranked up. I would now start the presentation by introducing myself and the other agents. I am Dia Sher, aka Agent D.
I am Arman Sood, aka Agent A.
And I'm Terusha TK, Agent T.
And I'm Manasvi Verma, aka Agent M.
Paish, you're on mute. Can you please unmute yourself?
Sorry. I'm Agent K. Khwahish Bahari. I'm really sorry.
We would also like to thank our amazing mentor, Elena Arya, for being with us every step of the way and guiding us throughout this internship. So thank you, Agent I, for being you.
As I'm so sorry, I have to take this.
What are you doing?
An appointment.
You're in the middle of the presentation.
So
Who's
sorry.
calling you? Who's calling you?
I'm so sorry. The patient. I'm so sorry. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Manasvi, right?
Yeah.
So, hey Manasvi, I'm Arman Sood, and I will be your psychologist / friend for this journey. So, what are you doing right now, Manasvi?
I am a 19-year-old physics honors first year student right now.
Okay. So, tell me about your problem, Manasvi.
I feel fat. I tried everything, but I don't feel good about my body. I'm still fat.
And why do you think that you feel that?
My friends told me about that.
What friends? What exactly did they tell you?
They told me that I'm fat and I need to lose some weight to look more beautiful.
And since when are your friends doing this to you?
In 2019, I joined my college and
Hey girls, how are you all? Hey. You know what? My dad just returned from a London trip. He got me something. You wanna see?
Oh no, here we go again. But sure,
Show
let's see
us
it.
now. We also want to see.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
This is the quote he got me. Like, this is so wonderful. I can't even tell you. This fur, I mean, wow.
Wow, it's
Looks
amazing.
really nice.
I know,
OMG,
right?
babe. I have a party next week. Can I borrow it?
You can pick anything from my wardrobe, babe. Of course.
Thank you.
Tirusha, babe, this will look so good on you.
Hey, can I also borrow it?
You wanna loosen my dress or something? It will be spoiled after you wear it, babe.
Manasvi, you really need to lose some weight, babe. Like, really.
You look beautiful, but maybe if you lose some weight, you look much better.
Yeah, but what can I do?
Dieting, babe. Start dieting. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I have a better idea. Join the gym that I go to. They have this amazing diet plan. It will help you lose weight like this. Like, it works like magic. Should really
Yeah,
try
okay.
it.
Yeah, I should try. You just send me the details.
Okay, guys, I have a class. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah, I have a class too. Bye.
Bye.
Have you ever shared this concern with anyone or complained about this to your friends or your parents?
No,
And why did you do that?
because somewhere I also feel that yes, I'm fat and they're right.
See, everyone is perfect in their own body. People's judgment should not matter.
But I like the idea of losing weight. But despite of all my efforts, I'm failed to do so.
Okay, what was your weight at that time?
92 kgs.
And now, if I'm not wrong, you're around 40 kgs, which, my dear, means you're underweight. You should be at least 55 kgs according to your age.
But but I'm
No, listen, you have developed a disorder, anorexia nervosa, in which a person creates a distorted body image of their self. That's why even after losing 55 kgs, you still think that you're fat.
no, this cannot happen to me.
All this happened to you because of pressure from your friends. Refuse to believe it, our company does have an effect on our choices. Do it or get lost. Since no one likes to lose friends or be kicked out of their own friend circle, peer pressure, especially during the years of adolescence, is an almost irresistible force.
I would now request Agent A to continue on with the PPT.
Okay, now to understand what peer pressure is, we need to know who our peers are. So, when we were little kids, our parents usually chose our friends, putting us in playgroups and arranging playdates with certain children they knew and liked. Now that we are older, we decide who our friends are and what groups we spend time with. Your friends or your peers are people your age or close to it who have experiences and interests similar to yours. You and your friends make dozens of decisions every day and influence each other's choices and behaviors, as it is human nature to listen and learn from other people in your age group. As you become more independent, your peers naturally play a greater role in your life. Now, coming back to the main question, what peer pressure is. Wanting to feel part of something can put a lot of pressure on you to act in certain ways. You could be experiencing peer pressure because you want to be accepted by the people you hang out with. You might be doing something you wouldn't normally do or aren't doing something you want to. Peer pressure can influence the way you dress or wear your hair, the activities you get involved in, the music you listen to, your decisions about using drugs and alcohol, or who you're friends with. According to publication on peer pressure by Parent Further, only 10% of teenagers surveyed said that they had not been influenced by peer pressure. In that same group, 28% of teenagers agreed that giving in to peer pressure improved their social standing, and nearly half of those surveyed admitted to picking on someone only after a friend picked on that person first. Research shows that the most impressionable age for peer influence seems to be the middle school years. This is when a child is forming new friendships and choosing an identity among those friends. Peer pressure or influence comes in several forms, and these types of peer pressure can have a tremendous impact on a young person's behavior. Now, some of the most common types of peer pressure include spoken peer pressure, unspoken peer pressure, direct and indirect peer pressure, and negative and positive peer pressure. Firstly, spoken peer pressure. Spoken peer pressure is when a teenager asks, suggests, or persuades or directs another to engage in a specific behavior. If this is done on a one-on-one environment, the recipient of the influence has a stronger chance of adhering to his or her core values and beliefs. If, however, the spoken influence takes place within a group, the pressure to go along with the group is immense. Unspoken peer pressure. With unspoken peer pressure, a teenager is exposed to the actions of one or more peers and is left to choose whether they want to follow along. This could take in the form of fashion choices or personal interactions or joining types of behavior. Many young teens lack the mental maturity to control impulses and make wise long-term decisions. Because of this, many teens are more susceptible to influence from older or more popular friends. Direct peer pressure. This type of peer pressure can be spoken or unspoken. Direct peer pressure is normally behavior centric. An example of this kind of behavior would be when a teenager hands another teenager an alcoholic drink. Indirect peer pressure. Similar to unspoken peer pressure, indirect peer pressure is subtle, but can still exert a strong influence on an impressionable young person, as we just saw right now in our movie. When a teen overhears a friend gossiping about another person and then reacts to the gossip, this is indirect peer pressure. Or if a middle schooler learns that the popular kids' parties includes alcohol or drugs, that indirect pressure may prompt them to experiment as a way to gain acceptance. Now, I would like Agent T to further elaborate on the topic negative and positive sides of peer pressure.
It is needless to say how influential peer pressure can be on an individual. Peer pressure comes in when we get influenced by the lifestyles and the way of thinking of our peers. Almost everyone from different walks of life must have experienced peer pressure in some way or other at a given point of time. Some people get positive influence from it, whereas others tend to get negatively influenced. Blindly following peers and not holding an opinion of your own might leave a negative impact on your life. So now let's distinguish the positive and the negative sides of peer pressure. The positive peer pressure. There are certain peer pressure that prove to be fruitful in life of an individual when it comes to learning about moral values or adopting good traits from your social circle. It means that the peer pressure is beneficial for them. Positive peer pressure is when the pressure leads to a well-being and a success of an individual in his life. This can result in improved health and better social interactions. For example, the pressure to study well and get good grades in school, and the positive traits of being kind to others and values of honesty to adopt an individual after listening to their peers. So, on to negative peer pressure. The pressure put on an individual to perform actions that are harmful to their own health and on overall well-being. Negative peer pressure means that an individual can easily adopt different dangerous habits in order to feel accepted in their social circle. The individual starts smoking, drinking, and doing other drugs just because they want to feel that they belong. They want their so-called friends to accept them, even if the things mentioned are dangerous for their health. Those people under pressure will not think twice about it. For example, underage drinking and smoking, the pressure to skip school and not focus on academics. So now to conclude, it can be seen that peer pressure is a dominant part of an individual's life. Now on to Agent D.
Thank you, Agent D. Coming to some of the causes of peer pressure. There are many causes of peer pressure, out of which the major four have been listed here. The first is social acceptance. Some people also feel the need to fit into the society and a common cultural and sociological value system in order to be socially accepted. However, fitting in also requires these individuals to give up many of their own beliefs and traits, which is not right. People who are desperate to fit in are easy targets for peer pressure, and certain groups of people who can understand this may exploit those people and use them for their own goals. Fear of rejection. Let's face it, everybody fears rejection. Many people in our society are also quite fearful of rejection and are therefore afraid to have their own opinion about certain things. If this fear of rejection is too strong, it may lead to a point where the individual gives up all his values and beliefs again just to conform to the attitudes and value systems of a group. Thus, this fear of rejection is a powerful reason for pack behavior and the development of peer pressure. Weak personality. Peer pressure is quite effective on people who have not developed a stable personality yet. That means they lack strong will and the to take a stand for themselves. The weaker the personality, the easier it is for groups to influence these individuals to behave in certain ways. Since the character and the personality takes time to evolve and to grow, teenagers and young adults are at a greater risk to be affected by peer pressure. Thus, the weaker the personality, the higher the chances that people get affected by peer pressure. Bad parenting. Parents have a huge influence on the mental development of their children. If parents install self-esteem in their children from an early age on, there are chances that those children are less vulnerable to peer pressure since they have developed a strong enough character to value their own opinion and not just follow the masses blindly, because sometimes the M is silent. Effects of peer pressure. Let's have a look at some of the most prominent effects of peer pressure. The first is change in school performance. Peer pressure has a significant impact on changes in grades in school. For example, if you start to hang out with people who do not care about their grades at all, chances are that your own grades may suffer. They may go way below than they already are. Moreover, if due to peer pressure, you engage in illegal activities, you might not even find time to do your homework in a proper manner. Thus, significant changes in school performance may be an indicator of peer pressure and should be an alarm bell for parents. Bullying. Peer pressure may also lead to bullying in schools, and it is a very prevalent effect, especially in schools where many minorities are present. Chances are that some minorities will be bullied around. Peer pressure may inculcate the problem, since children may have to decide if they are the bully or if they want to take the risk to become a victim of bullying. Out of the fear of getting bullied themselves, children may engage in bullying others due to peer pressure. Anorexia. Anorexia is a serious issue that is more common than anyone can think and is not talked about enough, especially among girls. If you hang out with girls that make the physical appearance a priority and are all on a diet at the time, chances are that you may lose too much weight and develop eating disorders, which may lead to serious levels of anorexia. In turn, you may suffer from serious physical and mental issues, which may even lead to death in the worst case, and which has happened before and is still happening. Employment agreement. Now, due to peer pressure, some may also radicalize themselves. For example, if you hang out with people that have a different career option and radicalize themselves, there is a high chance that you may radicalize yourself also and not choose the career path you have an interest in. Now, I would like to request Agent K for guiding us through the PPT and telling us about the myths and the reality of peer pressure.
There are many misconceptions that are prevailing about peer pressure. Let's discuss some of them. First is that there's nothing anyone can do about peer pressure. While it's not always realistic to stop peer pressure, there are many things a person can do to make sure it doesn't negatively affect their life. The solutions will be discussed by Agent M in the further slides. Myth number 2. Bullying is a fact of life and it happens to everybody and is normal. Although many people may experience bullying in their lifetime, it isn't something that is normal and it should not be accepted as a fact of life and it should not happen to everybody. Myth number 3. Peer pressure doesn't get really bad until the teen years. The reality is that most people want to fit in from a very young age, leaving them open to peer pressure. It may seem more intense during teen years because individuals are more aware of their choices. Now, we have the solutions, we have the causes of peer pressure. Then why isn't it instill control? The problem is that we don't recognize peer pressure. So, to recognize peer pressure yourself, the one step is admitting. The admitting that it can happen to anyone, it doesn't mean we are weak and easily influenceable. It doesn't mean that we are unable to stand for ourselves or that we don't have a control over our lives. Sometimes it's just a sign of good faith and trust we choose to place in people around us. Now, how to recognize peer pressure in others? Look for behavior changes, especially when there are around certain group of people. Watch for the things they say, the way they act, and the things they do. If they seem to change around a certain group of people, this may be a sign of peer pressure. Next, feeling like they don't fit in. When one starts feeling that they don't fit in, they'll try to do so, and they're likely to get peer pressured. They will give into it because they want to fit in. Next, peer pressure often prompts youngsters to try new things, which aren't always positive. Many teens admit to try smoking and drinking alcohol long before they are legally allowed to. The things can also be positive though. People also start taking up jobs or start studying after being pressured by their peers. This is a result of peer pressure. Focusing on image. One of the most obvious implications of peer pressure is an obsession with the image. This may include the way a person dresses, the clothing they want to buy, and the looks they want to copy. If they start to buy things or do things that they would have not approved of earlier, this is probably linked to peer pressure. Next, making comparisons. It's human nature to compare yourself to others, but it can be very healthy, and in younger people, it's often a sign of peer pressure. Often, people want to look thinner, taller, and more tan, have different hair color, buy new dresses, or copy others' style. If you hear someone saying that they want to be somebody else, or they want to buy things that somebody else has got, they are telltale signs. Lastly, academic performance. If you have a high flyer and the grades suddenly drop, this may be a sign of peer pressure. Often, intelligence is not seen as very cool in younger people. Some may also make a conscious effort to do badly so they fit in with others. Now, I would like Agent M to take over.
Situation update. Arjun Kapoor, the famous Bollywood actor we see today, was once gave into peer pressure. In our movie, we showed how friends pressured to change appearance directly or indirectly. The same happened with the actor. He was once made fun of and bullied because of his weight. Before his Bollywood debut, he went under weight loss journey, though it proven out healthy for him as he lost weight out of peer pressure. Agent A has discussed about indirect peer pressure, and Agent K has talked about how feel like doesn't fit in can lead to peer pressure. Hrithik Roshan, the famous Indian actor, was once pressured indirectly. He used to stammer and felt like doesn't fit in. So he started taking speech therapy, which proved out to be successful for him out of peer pressure.
So we conducted a survey on the topic handling peer pressure. It was conducted online and had 245 responses. The survey was meant to study the experience and knowledge of people about peer pressure and the causes or the importance they think of peer pressure is. We'd like to show you some of the stats. Question number 1 was, have you ever been pressured by your peers? 39.6% of the people said yes, they have been pressured by their peers. That's a large number. 28.6 people said no, but 31.8 people weren't even sure if they have ever been pressured by their peers. That shows the lack of importance or lack of awareness people have.
One of the questions in our survey was, have you ever been pressured into doing something? So according to the results we got, the majority was drugs, alcohol, and smoking, which was about 33%, and work and study, which was about 30%, which hence proves our point that peer pressure can be both positive and negative. And some of them even were pressured for clubbing and changing their appearances and extracurricular activities and more.
The third question was, what do you think is the major cause of peer pressure? Lack of confidence came as the major cause of peer pressure, amounting to 68.68%. The second that followed was fear of rejection. Now, some of you may be confused as to what personal confusion is. Many people, especially at a young age, feel quite confused as to what they want to do in life. This personal confusion may also make those people quite vulnerable to peer pressure, and they may eventually end up in gangs or other groups that may use peer pressure in order to control what is going on and hurt themselves and the others around them.
The fourth question was, according to you, what are the few ways of handling peer pressure? So, according to 29.27% people, self-introspection and self-confidence are the most important thing to deal with it. 39.9% people suggested that it is important to make firm decisions. 11.26% people suggested that it is important to discuss it with guardians or take counseling. And many others suggested to do things that calm you down and pursue meditation.
So the main thing that we concluded from our survey, in which more than 240 people participated, is that a lot of people are still unaware about peer pressure and its causes. Those who are aware that they are being pressured don't usually know how to deal with it. And even if they know the solutions, they find it very difficult to implement them. Therefore, they give into it. Many people think that peer pressure is not even the real problem. Now, I would like Agent M to further tell us the solutions to peer pressure.
So let's discuss about some of the solutions related to peer pressure. The first one is learn to say no. The most basic way to respond to peer pressure is to say no. It will give a clear indication that you are not interested. The next is change the subject if you are uncomfortable responding to the question. Changing the subject will at least buy you some time until you feel ready to respond or not to respond at all. Make an excuse. This is a great option. If you're feeling shy or intimidated, you can come up with a sort of an excuse and get out of the situation soon. Make your own decision. Do things that you like and always make your own decision, but be aware about all the negative consequences that can occur. Plan a response. Whether you have been caught into peer pressure or you want to respond better for next time, think of a response that you can give if you are caught in such a situation. Choose positive friends. Choosing positive friends is one of the most important things in a person's life. Your friends should not force you to do things. They should accept you the way you are. It's okay to lie. If you're feeling scared or threatened, it become necessary to lie. It's okay to lie to protect yourself from any negative consequences that can occur.
Now, me and my teammates would like to thank NN Global Foundation and YWCA of India for giving us such an amazing topic which needs to be discussed but is not talked about enough.
Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I have learned so much from this internship, not only problem solving skills, but also time management.
I am grateful for getting such an amazing opportunity, which helped me learn empathy and improve interpersonal relationship skills.
This internship made me improve my communication skills and helped me in networking and also helped me keep a schedule. Now, believe me, that was very hard for me earlier.
The assignment given to us helped me in bringing out my creative side, and I'm able to show my real talent to you all.
After the completion of this internship, I am more confident and surely improved in my decision-making skills. In the end, we'd like to thank everyone who here for watching us and talk for 35 minutes straight, and that alone requires patience and trust in us. You have already taken the first step in handling peer pressure. Join Team Pressurizing Agents to tackle and abolish peer pressure so that no other Arman ever need to interrupt someone's presentation again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Pressurizing Agents. A wonderful presentation you just had given us. May I please call Namita ma'am to share her views, followed by question answer round.
A very good morning to everybody, or rather I should say good afternoon. A beautiful presentation by the Pressurizing Agents. And whatever feedback finally each one of you gave, or the takeaways that you shared towards the end of the presentation, shows that at least this group is now equipped enough to handle peer pressure. So, and it's always a chain reaction that is triggered, because each one of us would touch at least 5 lives, and we would not create that peer pressure for our peer groups. And in turn, they would not, and in turn, they would not. So let's hope for the best. Now, the question that I have in hand is, what according to you, what I understood from the entire presentation, which was of course beautiful, and all the movies, all the videos, everything was good. And the most beautiful part was the impactful introduction, the way you picked it up, the way you started. So when one of you said that, I think Tarushi said that it was good that for 35 minutes you heard us out, you made an impact in the very beginning, and hence you caught the attention. So it was not a big effort to be there with you people. It was good. Now, how many of you love yourself? Not all? By the end of this presentation, I think each one of you should be loving yourself. And so it means you are not impacted by peer pressure. Because, you know, when you were mentioning about the solutions, I personally feel that amongst the solutions, the most important and the top priority solution is that you need to start loving yourself. You start finding joy in whatever you are and in whatever circumstances you are. So that was one aspect which should have been touched by you people. Because until and unless you don't love yourself, you would never have that confidence. All the solutions, the 4 or 5 which you gave, the gist, they all revolve around you loving yourself. You love yourself, you respect yourself, people would automatically do it.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you there. I think it took me many years to come to the fact that I'm confident with who I am. So I think one of them mentioned during the presentation about self-confidence. And I think that's where we probably missed out on the keyword love yourself. But I think when you're confident and you actually believe in yourself, that's when you know
that. Our entire presentation was moving around it. But the catchword is that I think that tagline should be there on our mirror. I love myself.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I have another question. Is anyone at all in our lives important enough to be allowed to impact us? In each one of your lives, do you feel that anybody, may it be your parents, may it be your peer, may it be your neighbor, may it be anybody, is anybody that important that we allow them to enter our inner space?
I like to believe that depends from person to person. For
Because
some people,
I am speaking of this, I'm speaking from the point of view of peer pressure to the extreme. Are you going to allow anybody to enter that innermost space of yours? Should you be allowing?
Ma'am, personally speaking, I would not. You should not be. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to be there for you except for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You need to realize, like you said, ma'am, you need to love yourself enough to not let others impact you that way. So you should not even your parents. I mean, I get it. Your parents gave birth to you, they raised you, but they're not going to live your life for you. They have their own life.
One thing
You
said,
need to.
I am the ultimate decision maker.
Yes,
So
I am the
ultimate
ultimate decision maker.
decision maker. Yes. Good. It was a good presentation, and I am liking the way you people have taken up or learned from it. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think Khwahish also wanted to answer that question. Khwahish, you want to go ahead?
Go ahead, please.
I totally agree to Agent D. I was about to say that no one is as important as yourself to take any decision in your life. You can ask people, you can get influence from them, but final decision is on your hands.
Okay, thank you, interns. Thank you, Namita ma'am, for your inspiring words. May I please call Rashima ma'am to share her experience and views regarding the presentation? Please, ma'am.
It was a great presentation. I think congratulations to the team for having picked up this topic in such a beautiful manner. I think you talked about the kinds of pressures, and over there I have a couple of questions. Is direct pressure stronger than indirect pressure? Is one kind of pressure more or stronger than another kind of pressure? Just a
No, yes, I think that indirect pressure is stronger than direct pressure because direct pressure usually happens in a one-on-one environment. And if one friend is asking another friend to do something, there's probably a less chance for the person to do that thing because of how that person has been raised or what their beliefs are. But if it's happening in a group and everyone is talking about something or it's a trend, then that the person is like more likely to follow that trend.
Yeah, so I think that kind of that emphasis should have been laid on the fact that although we are talking about different kinds, but one-on-one pressure is easier to handle because it's one person pressurizing you directly, and that becomes a little more easier, and you can say, okay, fine, this is one person's opinion. While when it is indirect, that means it's a group that is putting a pressure on you, and it's much more difficult to withstand that, and that is something that I wanted that should be marked a little bit in the presentation. Khwahish, I think even you want to add something to it.
I think what Agent A said was according to his personality and something, but I think it depends on person to person how difficult it is to say. Like for me, it's difficult to say no. So I cannot handle direct peer pressure as like I can handle indirect peer pressure. Like ma'am said that it's important to love yourself. So if I love myself, I don't think I need to follow any trend to be included in any group. But for me, it's like difficult to say no. So I think for me, it will be direct pressure that will be hard. So I think it's totally depends on the personal and the type of personality they have. So how difficult it is to handle what kind of pressure.
Yes, absolutely. But I always feel that subtlety eats you up faster as compared to like if it's just in the face. I think you're at least like, okay, you know what, I don't want to do that. But subtlety, I think, eats you up faster inside.
Another question that I had that you've written is that you spoke about is that peer pressure tends to be most during teen years. Is there any particular reason why peer pressure is felt most during teen years and not earlier or later? I think Agent D, Dia maybe.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, because when you're in your adolescence or teenagers, your hormones are raging. You have no control of them. So if you see your friend out there smoking, drinking, you obviously want to go and do that. Because why not? You're like, why can't I do that? I mean, why not? Or if you maybe your other friends, if you have a positive peer, then you see your friends getting good grades and it inspires you to get good grades too. It is a hormonal thing as well. A cause of peer pressure. Hormonal imbalance is a cause of peer pressure as well. It was not mentioned it, but it is in our research we have mentioned it. And so I believe the teenagers are the most prone to peer pressure just because they have no control over their hormones, and they are in the limelight as well. They are sort of in the middle. They are too young to play with children, too old to play with children and too young to attend parties. So they're kind of stuck in the middle. They have no way out of it. So that's why I
just
believe
say that is this something that you have researched or is this personal opinion?
Ma'am, researched as well as personal opinion. We try to connect our research with our
I know.
personal opinions.
So
as
you're
well.
saying that teenage years has maximum peer pressure. You don't know of grown-ups who have peer pressure? You don't know
Grown-ups do have
feeling
pressure.
peer pressure?
Ma'am, grown-ups do have peer pressure, but then again, they have a stable personality. They have experienced that. So they have a better understanding of things that teenagers do. So they are not likely to be, in our survey as well, people above 34 and above, they said they have not been pressurized that much. Whereas teenagers have been. People among the age group of 12 to 17 were the most to answer this survey.
I think that could be a reason that after a certain age, you don't feel that you're being pressurized. You're not even aware that you're being pressurized. And the younger ones feel it more consciously. I mean, I'm just asking you a question because, you know, it's very much open to interpretation. I haven't read enough research to be able to say that I'm quoting research. But what I see around me, I see that grown-ups are also very much influenced by pressure. You know, in society, what happens? You know, what is that's pressure. That's pressure from your peers. And so to say that only teenagers feel that, I think the way we are growing up and the way society is moving, it's of course in teenage years it happens much more. See, pressure is linked to lack of confidence in yourself or not believing in yourself enough. And that happens most during teenage years because that's a time of transition when you're moving from being a child to becoming an individual confident in himself and herself. But to say that teenage peer pressure happens only in teen years, it is most prominent, but pressure happens always. You know, you're pressurized by your parents. When you are an adult, you're pressurized by society. So yes, but it is most prominent and most marked during teen years. But to say it only happens in teen years, I don't think that's most appropriate.
I think just adding to that a bit, I think it's just about how teenagers, they can't take stress that much, so it shows more, to be honest. But with adults, I think they've gotten used to it, or they learn to handle things and just not reflect it on their faces. So I think that's why we don't realize that adults are also facing, for example, actually my dad's best friend's daughter is getting married right now. So I think and he doesn't really want to marry her off so early, but it's because of the pressure of the society, he actually has to marry her off early and stuff. So I think there's like a different kind of pressure they face. It's not always about smoking and alcohol. It could be for gambling. It could be for marrying off your children. I think anything. Yeah.
So you just hope and pray that pressure doesn't pass on to your father. Great presentation, but I think it's a great job done. Good topic, good reflection. Well done, very well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Rashima ma'am, for your views. May I invite Aarti ma'am to take over and share her experience starting the presentation?
Deepika, I'll do it for Aarti because I think she's not here. Okay, first of all, I am so proud of all you agents because I've been there in the interaction process and I'm seeing this work and I'm feeling so proud of have selected you all to be here because it's amazing to see you all presenting so well, articulating things so well. So I'm really proud of you all. Yes, you touched the topic really well. It was well researched. And as Dr. Namita and Ms. Rashima said, that there are a couple of things which were left out, but nevertheless, wonderful job done by all of you and great, great, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prachi ma'am. I would like to thank our jury members, Team Anon, intern, as well as mentor. Time to sign off. So have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.